Hi, I'm Catherine, the creator of Shia and the Jetsons Community Preservation of the Promised Land. Okay, I just made a video and they deleted it. I don't know, because I guess I put some music on there they didn't want it. But I wanted to show you, well, I want to do this question and answer. But before I do that, I made the video and I wanted to tell you that I found out who Job is in the Bible. Okay, this is not funny. But anyway, you have to look at Spice One. Um, Welcome to the Ghetto. That's Job. Just listen to his lyrics and then see what he became. He became the one where he made the rap song, Dump 'em in the Ditches. That's Job. So I'm just amazed by the simple fact is that they know who we are and we're the characters that's in the Bible, and it became like it's a spiritual thing that became physical. Uh, I can't explain it, but what I'm saying is that it became physical, and this isn't about religion at all. I'm not religious. I'm saying that they know that they're killing like people, like they know that. Okay, well, since they know that, then it's they have to we have to go to court to file it'll probably take like 2 days, because what we want is for the court judges, top uh Supreme Court judges, to read the story about Paul Revere, and then after they read the story about Paul Revere, they have to be under arrest and they have to go to jail. And then also what I wanted to do is that we have to start talking differently. We have to really start talking differently. We have to call ourselves what we really are. We're not a color. We're not a crayon. Okay, we're not a colored crayon or anything. So you don't go by. We have to go by exactly what we are. We are actually landlords. We're actually landlords. We own our land and we're landlords because we cultivate the land and we take care of the children of the land and we take care of everything because we're landlords technically, by technical birthright, not by hearsay or anything like that. So it's very important that, and so foreigners, white people, Mexican people would have to refer to us as my lord. I know that sounds crazy. And then for women, for gingerbread women or gingerbread men, but for gingerbread women, because I don't like to call ourselves, black. I don't like to call us a color. So we're gingerbread people, and I'll get into that gingerbread next. But they would call us my lady. So all foreigners would address us as my lady, and to all foreigners, they would have to address to the men as my lord. I'm serious. And you're like, we not in no Queen of England days. Yes, but that's what were back then. That's why they were saying my lord, because we're the lord of our land, technically. So I'm only going by technical how it used to be back then. We're bringing back what used to be so that we can stand on our truth, right? So we have to go to court like that. They would have to, well, we're going to go to court to address the fact that I want to announce the rules and regulations of the Promised Land. So I have to be presented as the rules and regulator of the Promised Land to address it to the courts that they have to be arrested, basically. Yeah, they really, because then they said, oh, well, we announced reparations for California, which has nothing to do with the problem. You're talking about money. Money is not the issue. We don't deal with money, and that's what it is. In the Promised Land, we don't deal with money. We have financial projections in the business plan that brings us profit of about like 7 billion a year per state. Well, per 4 states. So every 4 states is like 2 billion a year or something like that. In the revenue that would come in, well, that revenue has to go somewhere because we can't keep it. We don't deal with money. Our our business is under businesses and services that we would own. Like Larry Hoover would own all prison systems, because the problem with us is that we have evil out here and good in there, and Larry would be the one who would know who would have to stay and who would have to come out of there. Then he would have to pick the evil ones out here and process them. And the lawyer would be Lord. His name would be Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar lawsuit, a law firm. Well, no, court building, because it would be, yeah, whoever claims the court buildings, which, right, it would be their name, but it would be with the Lord name first, Lord Jamar or Lord Larry, whatever. Yeah. Now, and for Larry, it would be Lord Larry's prison institution because he owns all the prison. He would have to because we're dying if he don't. The evil people were locking us up. So when you think it sounds off the wall and crazy, just understand while you're dying, you have to start talking in a way where what you are a landlord. You own the land. Okay, so I have business financial projections here that, entails the business plan. Now, with the business plan, we would have the revenue would have to go to some sort of investor. Let's say Trump would take it. Let Trump have all the money because they like money. We deal with brick and mortar services, flying cars, vehicles, things like that, things tangible, agriculture and natural resources, things that are tangible. We don't deal with money. Everything is free in our community. So what would we do with money? Nothing. Money doesn't serve any purpose. We don't deal with paper money. What could you do with paper? We deal with gold and silver and our resources. We don't deal with money. So they would have to have that. I'm talking about people like Trump would have to receive that because he's an investor. And he would have to receive that or someone like him. Now, here's the financials. I just want to show you some, let's see where, okay. Yeah, just to give you a rough estimate of the business statements here. See, so you could just see just a little, of how the Shia facility would be run and how much money you could make if you invested in this company for Shia and the Jetsons Community Preservation of the Promised Land. And what it does is that it just gives every single gingerbread, and I'll go into the gingerbread people. We are the gingerbread because gingerbread people means ginger is the root. Root of the ginger is root. That means you're from the earth, root. And then it combines it with the gold of the tree of maple, which it has the molasses tree. Combined with that, you have gingerbread. That's the gold of a person. Instead of calling yourself black or, whatever, or color, call it what the meaning of your color really is. You are a gingerbread person. So you would be a gingerbread man or a gingerbread woman. I'm a gingerbread woman because if you're referring to my color, I'm a gingerbread woman, gingerbread man. If you're referring to what I am to you, I am, I'm your Lord because you're on my land. And so you would have to refer to me as my Lord or my lady of the land that I'm standing on, according to a foreigner, a white person, Chinese, Mexican, whatever. And we would all have to wear the badge in stating that, I am your Lord because you're standing on my land. So you would refer to me as my lady or my Lord to a man, So any gingerbread man would be referred to my Lord. They would literally have to do this. I'm talking about every white cop, a judge, court, mayor, every president, every governor, every business that's on our land is technically ours because we are standing on our 640 acres according to the United States Commissioner's Office of all broken treaties that they did. So basically, the court judges that we're going to present this, we would have to tell him, we're not asking because he has to be arrested. But before he's arrested, he have to tell us the story of Paul Revere. And then we have to say, okay, now put your hands behind your back because now you're arrested. Now, if he resists, then yes, we have to take him out right there on national TV. Why? Because you have to show, and even the people would be like, yeah, you need to take these people because the people that were taken are kidnapping us. It's who's Trump suing. So Trump is suing them. You know what I'm saying? We have to go to court because I don't think he's going to do what, he's just going to sue for his particular problem. No, we need to sue for our particular problem. Our problem is that they're murdering us. They're genociding us out for 400 years. And not only that, but they're criminals. They were never supposed to be here. They were supposed to have been executed and murdered. They're supposed to have been murdered and executed because they come from Paul Revere's bloodline. They were Paul Revere. All of the white race in America are Paul Revere's bloodline. They were the lookout for the British so the British won't come and execute them like they were assigned to do. So if you were never supposed to be here, then how are you causing all this mischief? How are you in office? How? It's because we never said this before. That's how. It never came out of anybody's mouth. So you have to start talking like this, or it is your death. It is the death of any indigenous person if you don't say what you are. So we have to go to court and we have to present this as in an open public court of law. That the judges in the Supreme Court have to go to jail on national TV so that I can have my station, which is NBC News, because that's what I do. And what I do is I announce the rules and regulations of the Promised Land, and I put it in a major motion picture film because it has two film treatments in here that I'm trying to get out, but I can't because the way that they have the system, they block people out like me where I can't get funding for this $7 billion a year project that anybody can have. You can have the money. We don't deal with